are more instructions on sprucing up your message board post by using formatting. You will notice when you type a message that you have several icons here that will help you with formatting, but you can actually do manual formatting on your own. These icons just actually help you input BB code or bulletin board code, which is somewhat similar to HTML code. And one website that explains it well is this one here. It is en.wikipedia.org/wiki/bbcode. And according to this website, most message forums like Meetup, they use BB code instead of HTML, which could have security issues. And this is a handy chart here that talks about some various codes that can be used in different message formats, as the BB code, the HTML code equivalent, and what it would look like if you use the code. Not all of these codes work, but some of them will, and some of them are already demonstrated for you using the icons. Some of them you won't see, but you can still use in the message board post. And notice, just like HTML, you have to start with a command and then you end with a slash the command. So that way bulletin board code knows that you want to end the formatting at some point. If you don't, if you just do a B, then everything after this B will be bolded, everything after the I will be italicized. And let's look at some examples in a new message post. Let's say I want to bold just this word. I can highlight it and click this B, and notice that clicking the B icon puts a B in front of my text and a slash B at the end of the text. Let's click preview and see what that looks like. And notice how bold, the word bold is now bolded. And you don't have to use these icons. If you know the code, you can just type it. Let's do this again. So this time, instead of using the icon, I'm just going to open bracket B, close bracket on one end of the bold. On the other end, open bracket slash B and close bracket. And let's do a preview. And notice we have exactly the same thing by manually typing in the code. And there are other codes here that are standard, or you can see, like italicize and underline. But there are some codes that you can play around with that you don't see here. Notice how small this text is. Let's say you want it a little bit larger. One command you could use is size. Open bracket, size equals, in this case, size can mean different things depending on which bulletin board system you're using, but in this case it appears that the number is multiplied by the size of the text. If I do size equal 1, the text is going to look like this. If I do size equal 2, it's going to be about 2 times the size. Let's do size equals 3, close bracket. This is larger text. And then open bracket slash size, close bracket, and let's preview. And notice how the text is quite larger. If you want some really large text, like title looking text, you can use the header command, which is also not a choice here, but it is something that will work. Let's do open bracket H1, close bracket. This is a title. And open bracket slash H1, close bracket. And let's preview it. And notice how big that is. Title text. And let's say we want to center that title text. We do have the center command here, or you can type it yourself. Let's go out to the end here. Open bracket, center, close bracket. And on the other end, we close center. Note, if I just put center here and don't close the center command, it will still work, but it's going to assume everything after this should be centered. Doing the slash center is a way to tell it I just want to center just this portion of my text. Open bracket, slash center, close bracket, and let's preview. And now, as you can see, it's in the middle of the page. You can do the same thing with your color palette here. You can highlight and choose a color, and it will insert code for color for you. You can also play around with lists and numbering. The lists are a little bit more complicated, but this will walk you through it. But let's say you want to do a bulleted list. You click this, and notice what it tells you here. You want to start your bulleted list with list in brackets, end your bulleted list with slash list, and then do asterisks within each bracket for each item in your bullet. So this would be bullet 1, bullet 2, bullet 3, and it only gives you 3 asterisks within brackets to get you started, but you can just type in the next one if you like, or copy the asterisks. So open bracket, asterisk, close bracket, bullet point 4. And let's take a look at it. We'll do preview. And there's your bulleted list. And that's about it for sprucing up your message board post. Oh, one more thing, you can also add emoticons or smiley faces. This is a smiley face. And click that, and it will insert bulletin board code for you for a smiley face. Let's hit preview. And there's a smiley face. So that's it for sprucing up your message board post using text formatting. If you have any questions, be sure to log on to the Computer Tips and Tricks forum and post your questions there. And this, along with the link from Wikipedia, will be available. Feel free to reply to the post and try some of your own formatting, and let's see how it looks. Thank you.